All right, here with Dylan Ritchie of the Independence Patriots. And Dylan, first of all, well, get the bad part out of the way. The loss at Oak Hill last week, they stopped you on a 2-point conversion. That has to smart still a little bit. Just talk about that game. It was a heck of a game, a defensive game. I would imagine a defensive guy like yourself really likes that kind of game, but it has to sting.
Well, I mean, it was a battle. From the first snap, it was a hard-fought battle. They hit hard, they were fast. I mean, we really matched up nice. It really came down to the last couple plays, like you were talking about. They stopped us there. If we'd have punched it in, we could have had it. I think definitely it was a defensive game, no doubt. Our defense held them. I was looking at the stats the other day. Their longest offensive drive was 26 yards. So, I mean, our defense was getting out there, getting it done the best we could. We just got to develop a little more on the offensive front and get it done next week.
Your schedule, I mean, you guys were all summer, you thought you were going to be AAA.
Right.
At the last minute, you changed back to AA. I would think you guys have to believe if you get in the playoffs here, you're going to be a hard out because of the type of team. You guys are you're playing a 5-0 team, and you guys are probably 2 or 3 plays from being 5-0 yourself.
Right.
That schedule's got to have you guys ready.
Yeah, I mean, definitely like you were saying, we thought we were going to be AAA coming into the season. That's why the schedule's like it is. But I mean, we just look at it as a challenge. If we can battle through this season and keep a good record to get us into the playoffs, we think that we're not going to play anybody like Princeton, Herbert Hoover, people like that in the playoffs. I think we proved last year if we can make it in, we can make a pretty heck of a run.
You don't have a lot of AA opponents on the docket, but you do have one this week, and you go to Clear Fork to play Westside. What are your thoughts on their team? I mean, it seems like they like to pass a lot, not much in the ground game, although they have done that a little bit more here recently.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Westside?
I mean, they're big. I mean, their offensive line, their defensive line, they're big boys. I think if we just get out, we just got to be physical. If we can get back there, put pressure on the quarterback, don't let them pass on us like they like to do.
Caden Vance is a very good quarterback. Is the design to put a lot of heat on him? Maybe more than he's seen a lot.
I definitely think we're gonna have more than he's seen so far this year. Just given the skill on our front compared to the fronts that they face, I think we're gonna give them a time.
What's your opinion of the fact that you guys have had to play that? Do you like playing up like you guys have done? I didn't. I asked you about the AAA, but I didn't ask if you like that. Do you like the fact that you're playing, even though it's going to cost you in situations like maybe an Oak Hill game or a Herbert Hoover game? A big one coming up here is Princeton, but that's on down the road. Do you like playing up, because basically that's what you guys are doing?
Right. Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, I love playing better competition. I've always said, the better competition you play, the better player it makes you become. So I really think if we can get out and compete with teams like Hoover and Oak Hill and Princeton, these top AAA programs, I think it's gonna really help us on down the road going into the playoffs, playing the AA teams.
You're kind of a tall, rangy type linebacker. Are there any guys you watch that you kind of emulate? There have been a lot of guys with that build that have been really good linebackers.
I really Chandler Johnson is some guy I really idolize. I watched him 2 years ago, and where last year I was playing Mike Backer. It really I was trying to idolize my game after him. He's a big stocky kid. He got back there and got after it, let this team do shit.
Yeah, really won a championship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's I definitely try and be physical just like that the best I can.
What has been your highlight so far in your career? Is there one yet?
Oh, no doubt. Beating the crap out of Shady last year was the most fun I've ever had playing football, man. I'll be honest.
Now, you transferred over from Shady. Your dad was a star over at Shady. Did you ever get a chance to? How do you think your game would match up with your dad's?
Well, I've talked to Coach about it. He says he was a bruiser. He said, I've got him in quickness, but when it comes down to just pure physicality, hitting people, he said he's got me by just a stretch. But
so what you're saying is you don't back talk a whole lot.
I try not to. Yeah, I'll say that. I try
Just
my
being a good
best.
kid. It's not about the physical part, right?
Right.
You also mentioned that sometimes Coach will call you your dad's name.
Yeah, it slips sometimes. It makes me giggle a little bit. I think it's funny. I mean, he has always grown up, called me a little mini version of him. So when he slips a chat in there every now and then, I just can't help but laugh at it.
What are your expectations on Friday? And it's going to be a crazy atmosphere down there.
Oh, definitely.
You guys play a crazy atmosphere here in Coal City. Are you looking forward to going on the road and seeing a crowd like that? I would imagine a lot of places you guys go, it's like that because, especially in the southern part of the state.
Right. Definitely, we go up there. It's gonna be their homecoming. It's definitely gonna be a big crowd, but I mean, it's no different than the Hill. I mean, you come up here every Friday night. Both stands are packed. People love to watch us play up here, but really, it'll probably be the most packed away game we've had so far. Hoover had a good bit of attendance, but just coming out being their homecoming game, I think it's gonna be packed. I think it'll really help us because it'll be just like we're playing back on the Hill with a big crowd.
You mentioned Chandler Johnson was the guy that you looked up to. How good can this defense be? Do you think it's even reached its apex yet, or?
I mean, we've been good all season. I mean, we've been shutting teams down the best we can, and I really think once we get 2 or 3 more games in the season, everybody gets a little more accustomed to everybody because we still got a few transfers and few kids on our our defensive front. So once everybody still gets acquainted with everybody, I think we're gonna mess some stuff up.
Is it kind of ironic that you play for the same coach that your dad did? Of course, everybody was a little bit. He and I were both a little bit younger then. Is it kind of fun for you to play?
Yeah, definitely. I like it. When I was looking for somewhere to go when I transferred, it was definitely it was something that stuck out. Dad said he was a heck of a coach back in high school. I knew. He only aged, he got wiser, baby. So.
So it's working out for you.
Oh yeah, definitely come join him. He's been a heck of a coach since I've got here, man.
Why do you think the linebackers have been so good? At Woodrow, he had great linebackers. At Shady, he had great linebackers. Now at Independence, you look at the guys. There's a lot of all-staters on that in the program. Why do you think he's such a great line? Why is it fun for you to play for a guy like that?
It's just the way he coaches, the way he just teaches the game. He just teaches so much physicality, go out and hit somebody, and that really plays into the linebacker spot. That's really what you need. You got to be physical. You got to want to get after the football, and that's really what he teaches every year.
You feel like that you fit into that mold pretty good?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I'm almost going to call you Chad just for the heck of it, but you guys have had a great season so far. Dylan, I appreciate it, and good luck on Friday and the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.